Hello, this is Rodney over at Auto Fair Nissan in Stratham, New Hampshire, and this is the third time I'm doing this video because I'm a goofball. So this is a 2023 Nissan Kicks SR. The SR is a sport package, so you do have the SR appearance package on the vehicle. That's going to include some color options, right? So we've got these 17-inch alloy blacked out wheels, the black rear view mirrors on the car. We have LED lighting, LED fog lighting. We also have the A-pillar and the back pillars also being blacked out, as well as the roof rails. So really nice to have there. Popping right into the back. I'm just going to pop the zoom out so we can see a little bit better. With the trunk, you've got about 4 inches of depth in here. So for storage, you get a really tall space to store stuff. You also have a 60-40 split on the seat. So if you do need to have that extra storage, you definitely have it. It honestly makes for a great camping vehicle, if you ask me. What's nice too, just to note while we're back here, all of the Nissans, including the Kicks, have the latch system. So we have that anchoring point for all of your child safety harnesses. Those are all bolted directly to the frame of the vehicle to make them extra safe. And I'll hop right into the back row here. Now on the SR, again, it's a lot of cosmetic add-ons, which is nice. Notice that we do have this bronze coloring on the interior, as well as this kind of rectangle pattern stitching done on the seat as well. Now, being that it's a hot hatch, a lot of people are concerned about space. I can tell you on the Kicks, there's absolutely no concern. I'm 6'1". I've got plenty of space in the back row here. You know, I can even scooch up a little bit more and sit upright. Seats all the way back. I mean, I'm still talking 3 or 4 inches of legroom, which is definitely nice to have. We also have 2 charging ports back here. So you have 2 USB-A ports built in. Obviously, we got power windows, power doors as well. Before we move into the interior, just a couple things of note. 1, we've got keyless entry, so that's gonna be a 1 touch on the drivers, 2 on all 4. We also have the remote start on this guy, really awesome to have. And then one big thing to note that I love to hit on with Nissan, and I say this in every video I do, Nissan has the most standard safety features out of any manufacturer by far. Every model from the base all the way up to the platinum level vehicle comes with the same standard safety features, which really keeps you covered in a predicament. So just quickly to go over a few of them, we've got front and rear collision warning systems. We also have the prevention systems for those. We also have pedestrian detection. We get blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning. We've got so many other passive safety features to include. Obviously, traction control is pretty standard, but we have that kind of stuff. We also have my favorite safety feature, which is going to be trace control. Trace control is an active trace control, works with ride control as well. Your trace control is automatically going to apply brake pressure. So if we're hanging out this way, the car is going to apply brake pressure to these 2 wheels. What that's going to do, and you won't notice this, totally passive feature, what that's going to do is keep the vehicle level when you're turning. What this does is when you're driving a car that isn't one of our Nissans, you're going to feel the body roll on a sharp turn. You just are. That's kind of the nature of the business, right? When you're driving a car. With this, you don't, almost at all. I mean, every Nissan I've driven is like a sports car, from the Sentra to the Rogue. The Frontier, my mid-size pickup truck that I owned for a little while, same deal. I mean, that thing, I could take turns that are 25-mile-an-hour turns, take them at 30, 40 miles an hour, rock solid. So it's my favorite, and it's probably one of the best safety features to have. Now let's quickly hop inside the vehicle here. Hopefully I don't hit the power button again on my phone. So we do have automatic passenger and driver's side windows. Obviously we got the automatic mirrors as well, the adjustable mirrors in here. On this model, everything kind of takes place in the center here and up here, of course. So we have some really deep cup holders to start off here. Just your standard shifter here, real easy. Nothing too crazy. Do have an electronic parking brake on this model, as well as an auto hold feature. So the auto hold feature is really awesome. All that's going to do is anytime you stop at like a red light, what the car will do is hold itself in place and you can let your foot off the brake. I like to say it's when you got to get around somebody going a little too slow for you, so you get your foot nice and ready on the gas. You don't have to worry about lifting your foot off the brake. The entertainment display on this one's pretty big. We get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay built into this. So your navigation needs, your entertainment needs, your communication needs are all met with this vehicle. We obviously can also do a lot of altering in here. So we can adjust our audio settings, we can adjust our vehicle settings to a good deal. But our biggest section for vehicle settings is going to be right over here. This is our vehicle information display. So as you can see on here, the base menu showing, we obviously have the clock, a temperature gauge, a gear indicator, miles left on the tank. We've got total mileage, of course, is digital as well. And then we have our RPMs there. On this screen, you can also alter all of the safety settings of the car. So if you really don't want to have those collision sensors on, if you don't like that stuff, you can turn them off through here, which you can't do on most cars. Same deal with like the blind spot monitoring. You're going to get haptic feedback. So when you do have some of your blind spot, you'll get the vibration on the steering wheel. If that's something you're not into, you can shut that off. Or if you're into it, leave it on. You can even change it so it's just the vibration, or the noise and the vibration, or just the noise. So there's really some customability there. Not even a word, but I made it up. One little neat thing on here too is you do actually have this little storage compartment, which I think is kind of nifty. I mean, you can kind of just drop your phone right in there if you need to, and just have it as a nice storage spot. And that's always an option. Now the Kicks 2 is also really, really, really good on gas. So you're gonna be getting like somewhere around mid 30s in terms of gas mileage, obviously your MPGs. So you're not gonna have a problem, especially right now where gas and frankly, everything's so expensive. This car is really going to do you good economically. Lastly, the steering wheel on the car here is where we're going to have a lot of our controls, right? So we have our volume controls, we have our channel controls, we have our menu controls. So we use the arrow keys to scroll through these menus where you can look at average MPG, you can monitor your safety settings, and then this is the big screen where you can edit all of your safety features and other vehicle settings. And then you can also get that second menu for your RPMs as well, which is nice to have. You do have obviously your tuner buttons here, slip through the radio or your your music station, Spotify, Pandora, whatever you're using. And then on this side is all your cruise control options. So you have standard cruise control, but you also have adaptive cruise control built into the car. So what that's going to do is think of same idea as cruise control. The difference here is that every time, you set it to 60, 65, 70 miles an hour, car in front of you is going slower. You don't have to hit the brakes and then turn it back on after the car is going to automatically detect that using its front sonar, or front radar rather, and adjust the speed appropriately. So you can set that to 1, 2, and 3 car lengths of a following distance. When you move or the other car moves, the car will bring itself back up to speed. That actually works from 0 to 90 miles an hour as well. So that's really, really nice. You can quick resume it from a stop. Just hop out so you can get one more look around of the car. Again, this is a 2023 Nissan Kicks, and this is the SR, it's the sport trim. If you're interested in this vehicle, please give us a call or stop on by, and we'll be happy to drive around with you for a bit, especially here in New Hampshire with all these wonderful views. Have a great day.